All right, I received a letter today. It's titled Calumet, Calumet, Calumet Foundation from Schaeffer Cox. And I'll just read it. It looks like it's a letter, an open letter from Schaeffer Cox to Calumet Foundation, Graham Lopez, Graham, Graham Lopez, 1600 G Street, Suite 104, Modesto, California, 95354. Related open letter. Dear Mr. Lopez and Calumet Foundation, I am deeply grateful to you and everyone who is part of Calumet Foundation for the help you are giving me. I believe that you are supporting a cause that is much bigger and far more important than just my own vindication and release. Indeed, this case is an attempt by the anti-Second Amendment federal extremist to criminalize not guns themselves, but the common beliefs of gun owners. The precedent this case will set, if allowed to stand, is absolutely chilling. We have soundly repealed wave after wave of gun control legislation designed to strip Americans of the individual right to keep and bear arms. But this case represents a sly and cunning attempt to flank the broad power of the Second Amendment lobby by attaching thought crime liability to its supporters while leaving the arms themselves legal. Perhaps most disturbing of all is that the appointed attorney assigned to my appeal is a raging gun control nut herself. She is the one who will secure this victory for despotism unless we can remove her from the case. In a recent motion to the Ninth Circuit, she brazenly claims that Cox's political delusions were supported by his membership in the Alaska Second Amendment Foundation. Cox was the spokesman for that group. The foundation's goal was the enactment of state legislation that would allow Alaskans to make firearms in Alaska, subject only to Alaska law. The group even met with the local FBI and ATF agents who presented their proposals. Cox came to believe that the new President Obama was going to tell law enforcement to enter citizens' homes and take their guns. There are sound public police reasons to determine Cox's precise mental status so that he can be treated while in custody and before his release into the community if his convictions are upheld. For these reasons, the court should stay the briefing schedule in this court with directions to schedule the appropriate examinations under 18 U.S.C. 4241. 4241 is indefinite civil commitment, which is psychoevaluation. Keep in mind, this is his own appointed attorney, right? This isn't the prosecution. This is his own appointed attorney who's trying to get him indefinite psychoevaluation because of his beliefs about the Second Amendment. Insanity. Schaeffer Cox goes on to write, "This is who I have for an attorney!" Exclamation. Oh my goodness. "This is who I have for an attorney!" Exclamation point. Her name is Suzanne Lee Elliott. Is she creepy or what? I have tried everything to get rid of her, and she just dug in deeper. I don't have the money to retain private counsel, so for now there is an enemy at the helm. While it's bad enough that she is trying to keep me in prison, the greater threat comes from the fact that she is helping the current anti-gun regime pioneer a creative way to send you and thousands of other good people to prison with me whenever they wish. My beloved friend and attorney Robert John of Fairbanks is a highly capable appellate lawyer who has a great deal of personal zeal for this case and the broader cause it has come to represent. It is my hope that I can find a way to retain him. He successfully defended me from basically identical charges in the state case. Gun Owners of America and Larry Pratt have announced that they intended to file a friend of the court supplemental brief in my direct appeal. This is good news for all of us. But with Suzanne Elliott still on the case, they will be pulling in totally opposite directions. You can help by contacting local and national organizations that share our constitutional values, advising them of the seriousness of the precedent this case is about to set, and asking them to help. I am doing this as best as I can, but it is extremely difficult because I am being held in a highly secretive unit just for political prisoners called the Communications Unit, or CMU. I must schedule my phone calls 2 weeks in advance, and I can only talk about pre-approved topics. I'm not allowed attorney calls. I am also not allowed normal visitation with my family. I can't even have contact with my young children. Criminal prisoners are allowed all of those privileges. Political prisoners are not. We aren't even allowed to mix with non-political prisoners. We are kept in our own unit where no one goes in or out. There are about 40 of us. It is my hope that these kinds of totalitarian measures that are designed to demoralize and humiliate the population will, in the end, have the opposite effect. That they will, in fact, stir people's conscience at a deep level, and that they would, in the great tradition of human valor and resilience, become the bearers of the sacred seeds of liberty, pilgrims and frontiersmen destined to re-explore and cultivate the territory that once belonged to our forefathers, a territory of intellectual freedom and self-ownership, territory that has been all but forgotten for generations. The Second Amendment is at the heart of this struggle. It is the most hated by the oppressor and the most beloved by a free people. This is not because it is merely enabled. This is not because it merely enabled Americans to possess small arms. No, it is loved and hated because it embodies the dignified autonomy found in one capable of mounting his own defense, beholden to no other for his safety. Our self-ownership, self-determination, and self-esteem rest on 3 essential legs. We must be able to think for ourselves, provide for ourselves, and defend ourselves. The moment we make others responsible for any one of those, we become something less than human, a beast of burden whose proper nature lies dormant. The winds of change are whispering softly in the ears of those who listen, inviting them to awaken from their long sleep and return to their rightful place. This is but one question of consequence for us to ask ourselves. Who am I? Peace, love, and liberty. Francis August Schaeffer Cox. Man, I tell you, he's got a gift. He's got a talented gift for speaking articulately about liberty and writing articulately.
It's funny too.
What's that?
He's funny.
And he's very witty and funny.
And pretty cute. For a young man.
He's good looking for a young man, and he needs to be out of prison. And I pray to God that we all come together and support him, and we hold the evil, wicked doers accountable.